Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's DLloyd. So we all know that yesterday J.R. Smith essentially asked to be traded away from the Cleveland Cavaliers. We know now that he's now willing to accept a buyout, so it's either be traded or stay with Cleveland. So Bleacher Report, they posted an article about potential trade locations that J.R. Smith can end up going to. So for this video, we're just going to be going over what they said could be possibilities and ideas that they have. I'll let you know if I think it's a good trade or not. And at the end, you let me know in the comment section below if you liked any of these trade offers or if you think Cleveland should simply hold on to J.R. Smith. So the very first one that Bleacher Report said was J.R. Smith going to the New Orleans Pelicans for Solomon Hill and a 2019 second round draft pick. Now, when you look at this from the New Orleans Pelicans perspective, J.R. Smith, you're going to have to pay him, the $14 million this season, the $15 million next season. But if you're trying to keep Anthony Davis long term, you have to surround him with as much talent as possible. Now, J.R. Smith, he hasn't shot the ball well at all this season, but we know J.R. Smith can shoot the ball at times. He's an extremely streaky guy, but if he's feeling it, he's a guy that you will definitely want to surround Anthony Davis with. Anthony Davis, he'll thrive around shooters being out there on the perimeter. J.R. Smith is somebody who could definitely do that. When you look at Cleveland's side, you get Solomon Hill, you don't really care about him, but the main piece that you get is you get J.R. Smith off your books and you get a 2019 second round draft pick. Do I love it if I'm Cleveland? Maybe I do go with it, but I think this trade is not that bad overall, and I would not mind seeing this trade actually happen. Now, the second trade that they had up there was J.R. Smith going to the Memphis Grizzlies along with Kyle Korver in exchange for Chandler Parsons and a 2021 first round draft pick. Now, alongside J.R. Smith, Kyle Korver is another guy that we do expect to be traded away from the Cleveland Cavaliers. He is not exiled from the rotation. He just played 18 minutes the other day, but Kyle Korver is somebody who is expendable. They're looking to trade him. They've actually even spoken with some teams already, trying to get the trade value in the market out there for a Kyle Korver. So you send him along with J.R. Smith. It allows you to upgrade from potentially looking for a second round draft pick. So now you're able to get a first round pick in exchange. So a 2021 first round pick, you're looking a little bit into the future there, and you're bringing back in Chandler Parsons, who also has a bad contract. And we know Chandler Parsons, he's really not doing a whole lot for your team. For Memphis, though, it's a great win for them. Memphis has been performing a lot better than a lot of people have expected going into the season. You're able to now add two shooters onto the floor for the Memphis Grizzlies. You still have Marcus Saul, who's been having a good year. You have Jaren Jackson Jr., the rookie, who's been up and down, but he's been having a fairly decent year. I've been impressed with him so far this season. Mike Conley, I don't think this is a bad deal, but for Cleveland, you get that first round pick. It is not until 2021, but you have to bring back a Chandler Parsons contract. If it's me and I'm Cleveland, I don't go with this one. But if I'm Memphis, I'm definitely all over this, and I'm making this trade 10 times out of 10. Like I said, you expand your team. You get two shooters in there for Chandler Parsons, who you really don't want there at this point. Yes, you give up a first-round pick in 2021, but I think it's definitely worth it for you to be a little bit better now and get some fans into the stadium. Now, for the third trade, once again, it's going to be J.R. Smith, this time by himself, going to the Charlotte Hornets in exchange for Marvin Williams. Right away, I can tell you I don't like this for any team. When you look at Charlotte, yes, you can get somebody who can shoot now, but that's what you have Malik Monk there for once he gets consistent enough, but you have the young guy there to do that. Marvin Williams, he has been struggling this season, but I think you hold on to him. J.R. Smith, he's been struggling this season. You don't know exactly what he's going to do. For Cleveland, it goes the same way. You bring up Marvin Williams, you already have Kevin Love, so you don't really get an upgrade. Yes, he'll be able to play until Kevin Love comes back. Then eventually you'll trade out a Kevin Love. But for both sides, unless you're getting some draft asset for Cleveland, I don't really see any reason this trade can actually go down. So I'm not a huge fan of it. Another trade you have is to Houston. You have J.R. Smith going for Brandon Knight. If you're Houston, you love this deal because you bring in J.R. Smith, who can shoot, coming off of your bench, for Brandon Knight, who you're probably not going to play that much, if at all, once he comes back from injury. So I think it's a great deal for them. For Cleveland, you look at Brandon Knight. How can they help out? Brandon Knight, only 26 years old, so he's not extremely old. He has been in the league for a while. You know what you're going to get out of a Brandon Knight. But you also have Colin Sexton, who you're going to want to develop. At that point, you will have to move Brandon Knight to your 2-guard position for you. And if you don't mind developing him as a 2 with Colin Sexton at the 1, maybe you go ahead and you make this deal happen. But to me, this is still a pass. I don't do this one if I'm Cleveland. If I'm Houston, though, I definitely think about bringing in J.R. Smith to try to rejuvenate that offense for me in exchange for Brandon Knight. The last trade I believe they had up there to the Phoenix Suns, J.R. Smith and Sam Dekker in exchange for Ryan Anderson and a 2020 first-round draft pick. The catch is that 2020 first-round draft pick would be protected. Lottery protected is what you don't want at all. Is Phoenix still going to be a lottery team in 2020? I think they may be able to ascend, but that's definitely too risky. I don't make this deal at all. Yes, you're able to get rid of J.R. Smith, but you bring in Ryan Anderson. His contract isn't the best either, but I don't make this deal at all. So that's going to be a pass for me. Only a few of these deals I actually like. At the end of the day, I still think it's going to be extremely hard for J.R. Smith to be traded, but I think they're going to do the due diligence. They're going to try, and maybe a team comes up with the deal. But you guys let me know in the comment section below, do you like any of these potential trade offers? Or do you think maybe Cleveland should look elsewhere? They should wait a little bit longer, wait till trade deadline. Let me know what you guys think Cleveland should do with J.R. Smith in the comment section below. It's your boy DLloyd. I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace.